Oh, Lord. Again. A fucking again. Nothing new, nothing changed, same old shit. Same old fucking shit.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda. If this is your first time here, welcome to my beauty entertainment channel. Absolutely. So, if you would like to follow me on social media, here is my Twitter and my Instagram. Go have fun, enjoy yourself on there. And while you're here, you can check out some of my recent videos. I filmed a video a while ago talking about Bel-Air on Peacock, and then before that I talked about some stuff that I cannot quite remember right now. But that's besides the point. So as you can tell from the title of today's video, we are continuing our really long saga of Netflix's famed white trash television, not white trash, but white space trash television, Selling Sunset. So season 5 just came out a while ago, but the reunion just came out. So I'm not late. I'm not super late. I'm just delayed. Okay, leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'm busy. So that's what I'm here to talk about today. Selling Sunset season 5. So I'm just gonna go through all of the people, more like they're real people, of course, but with how staged this season was, I can refer to them as characters because definitely people were playing parts. Definitely people were, following scripts. But regardless, I had fun. Regardless, I was entertained. But it was very staged. It's always staged reality TV. But this season, compared to some of the last, especially the first couple, staged down. Anyways, let's get started. Do I want to do concealer first? I haven't done makeup in a while. Oh, I'm trying a new product. I'm trying the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Serum Foundation. I'm tan now, so I can't even use the foundations I was using before. So let's hope this one matches me. So we're gonna start off with talking about the twins. First, I'm gonna try to be as respectful as possible, but if that doesn't work out, I sincerely apologize. First twin up we have is Brett. I don't know what you really want from the people. I don't really know what you really want from me. I don't really know what you want from Chrishell, but you're not getting it. He wants Chrishell to be a shark so damn bad. I don't like that crowd. I don't like that crowd of, well, said industry or said whatever is full of sharks, so you need to be a shark too. Why? Aren't you the bro? Why don't you be the shark? And Chrishell can do whatever she wants as a real estate agent. Why not that? He was trying to fuck with her commission. Yes, it worked out in the end, I guess, but he was trying to mess with that, and I did not appreciate that. Get away from her. Also, grown man. I would like to that again. Grown man. Jealousy at his brother, who the relationship didn't even last a season. At people that's an interesting odor. At people being like, oh, Jason and Chrishell are cute. Grown man, angry, oh, in competition with your brother. Get over it. It's a fat, what is, it smells. I don't know what it smells like, but it does smell. Get over yourself. And then the crying in the reunion. I thought everyone was mixing up Jason and Brett when people were like, because someone replied to me before I had watched the reunion and was like, oh, LOL, Brett crying in the reunion. I was like, do you mean Jason? Why would Brett be crying in the reunion? I watched the reunion and he's bawling tears to God. Why? Because if that's a twin thing, let me stop, because it could be a twin thing and that's okay. But what are you crying about? That was not your relationship. At least I don't think so. And I thought you were Mr. Jealousy about how the world thought they were thought they were so cute together. I thought you'd be maybe a little bit giddy, happy-go-lucky that they broke up, but that was not true. Instead, we were bawling in the reunion. I just thought that was very fascinating, and I just am like, well, Chrishell's moved on. It's time for the rest of you to do so as well. But Brett is not my problem. Next person I would like to discuss is Jason. Now, in the grand scheme of things, do I have a problem? Yes. Yes, and I will tell you there's multiple angles I could discuss my problems with Jason, multiple angles I could discuss them from. So I'm going to discuss all angles. The first angle is, why are you calling Mary babe still? But I'm wrong, right? I'm wrong and reaching for saying since season 1 that has been a little, not fully clean cut, not fully, I don't know what the word is, cut off, not fully stopped. That's weird. Called her babe and then was like, wait, maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe you shouldn't. Why were you in the first place? First angle I could come from of just, ew, that's where I could start. But more importantly than that, because, you can excuse it away, I don't really care. Why on earth are you fertilizing embryos and not sure if you want a kid? I know they have money coming out their ass, but my God, first of all, again, I know they have money, so it's not a money thing. I'm talking of the principle. You're fertilizing embryos and not quite sure about whether or not you want kids. And to this point of not quite sure of whether he wants kids, Jason don't want no damn kids. He has not wanted kids since episode 1 of season 5, and he still don't want kids in this reunion of season 5. Because if he wanted kids, he would have a child. He would have a child. He's waffling. I don't think he's waffling, but like saying he's waffling. He's not waffling in his brain. The mind was made up episode 1. He was just stringing her along for the entire season. And that is my second angle of disappointment and disgust. Or do you understand me? I could really spit. You're fertilizing embryos and unsure. Let me think about it. Let me wait. What are you waiting for? Let me wait and decide if time will tell. Time will tell. Time is ticking. Time is ticking. Time is gone. What are you waiting for? Chrishell since she has said, the first thing she said about the relationship was, I want a baby. I want a baby. I want to have a baby. I'm going to have baby. I'm going to be mom. That's been it since episode 1. I have not heard her waver for that, not once. So I have to turn to Sir here and act a little bit confused. Frankly put, because Chrishell was not angry at the reunion. She was just sad. She was not angry. She'd moved on. That's fine, Chrishell. I will take on the anger for the both of us. Why, frankly, did you waste her fucking time? You knew you were unsure. You knew you were unsure / you knew you didn't want no type of baby within at least that year. I don't know how long this season was filmed or shot, but it was definitely not, you knew you didn't want no child this entire time. You just wanted her because I do believe Jason is in love with, I'm not denying that. I do believe Jason is in love with Chrishell, but you wanted to have your cake and eat it too, and that is where I have to be angry. If nobody else is going to be, you know how much she wants this baby and you can't give that to her because you don't want one. And that's fair. That's your life. You don't want a kid. So stay away from her. But you didn't. And that is my problem. That is my problem. This is, and then crying at the reunion. Welcome to the consequences of your own actions. Now, Jason, I don't know your life. I don't know what in your story has you believe that you won't be a good dad, or you don't want to. I don't know what in your life is making you believe that. But I do know that it is not fair to know that you do not want a child and just act like, oh, maybe I'll change my mind, maybe, and just string her along for months, maybe. I'm assuming the season shot over months. That to me is ridiculous, and that to me is unserious. Do you see where my problem lies? Do you see why I have a problem? You didn't want a baby. You knew Chrishell did. You got into a relationship anyway, knowing you didn't want a baby because you don't want one, and that's fine. You got into the relationship hoping for something to change without doing any work to change, because it's you. You were the problem. Because you didn't want the kid. That's not a problem, but that is the problem in this situation. I can't take the crying seriously. This is I thought you didn't want one. You didn't want one. She made it clear since the start she wanted a kid, and now it's I lost the love of my life. This has been clear. She did not trick you. She did not sway you. She was very clear from the start. And you said, I don't want that, but I love you. So I'm, for selfish reasons, I'm gonna get into this relationship anyway. You said you knew you didn't want this. You were hoping you were changing your mind, and by doing that, wasting Chrishell's time. Let's be serious here. You were selfish, relying on your imagination to waste her time. And now you're crying at a reunion. I'm not saying you can't cry at the reunion, please. I'm not. Everyone needs to display emotions the way they want to display emotions, but I can respond to that by being like, these are the consequences of your own actions. This is what happens when you get into a relationship with someone, when you have two very different ideals on not a kid is a major thing. You don't want one, she does. So why were you here for all those months? Because you loved her? If you really love her, you knew how bad she wanted the child, and you knew you would not be able to give that to her in the duration of your relationship, and yet you chose to enter it anyway. And that's why I'm calling you selfish, sir. That's why I'm calling him selfish. And again, I don't know his whole life, but I don't know what you're waiting on. I don't know how old Jason is. I'm assuming they're in their 40s. I don't know what drastic change, because I'm assuming he's waiting for something to change, maybe about himself. That's why I think we need to just talk to someone about this, because I feel like he thinks he's waiting for some big life-altering change. You're always going to be a really busy realtor. Like, that's never going to not go away. You're very successful. So what are you waiting on to have the kid? You don't want a kid. Or there's another reason that is not external, it is internal. Address that before wasting her time for months. Do you like, I can't exactly have much of a reaction to you sobbing at the reunion because of that. I really can't. Like, you need to work on yourself, and that's okay. And no one is perfect. Everyone has issues. The issue lies in you getting into the relationship anyway and continuing it anyway. The whole season, anytime he was talking about kids, waffling answer. Chrishell has been crystal clear since day one. This relationship will not work if you don't want kids. Frankly put, it seems like you were putting off the conversation because you wanted to stay in the relationship with her, and that is selfish. That is to go to a therapist instead of wasting Chrishell's time. And I'm being very serious, because maybe you need to talk to somebody, because it's not like you're a bad person for not wanting children or not thinking you'd be a good dad or any of that. That's fine. Have that conversation with somebody. Grow, change, develop something instead of what this was, which was nonsense. So do whatever you so damn well please, but please stop bothering people and selfishly wasting other people's time when you knew from the jump, because let's be honest, from episode 1, he knew he didn't want no damn kid. But you wasted her time. And that's why I will be upset for the both of us. That's fine. That's totally and completely fine. And this was said with all respect. So yeah, enough of that. So that was the twins, nonsensical, men. Moving on. Next person I would like to discuss, this is gonna be hilarious, because it's so funny how y'all will be the coyote's assistant and then be upset that the coyote comes and eats you too. We're gonna be talking about Miss Amanda, Unserious, and it wasn't supposed to be this way. It was never always supposed to be this way. Did I think I was gonna come and sit on here for season 5 and call Amanda unserious? Not particularly, but that's what I have to do, because you thought you were different. Oh, you thought you were different. Listen to me. I thought this whole time, maybe this is me and my naivete, but I thought she was just there for the nice things. That was not the case. She thought Christine really liked her like that. And that's where I have to look in and say, where are our observational skills? Where are our looking, listening, and learning skills we all learned in kindergarten? Now, I do have a different reason for always observing patterns of behavior, but even if you're not like me, where are our pattern recognition skills? Because are you serious? You thought Christine, you have been Christine secondhand for how long? How many seasons? And you've seen all of the things and all of the bridges she's burned with every single other member of this cast. And for some reason, you thought you would escape hell without getting burned. I have to scratch my head because that's outlandish. Why? What is that? What is that? And frankly, it made you look like a fool this whole season because Amanda didn't do anything this season except act like a damn fool in that first episode. And the reason I said, yes, is Christina a meanie? Yes, Christine is a meanie, but Christina has been an established meanie since season 1. Now being shocked that she was a defined meanie to you in season 5 doesn't make Christine look bad anymore. It makes you look bad. Aww. Like, what, please, I would love anyone to detail for this for me in like, you can explain it to me like I'm 5. What about your time with Christine told you that she would be any different with you? I really thought she would just back with Christine for the glitz and the glamour and the fabulousness, but no, you were lost. That's very sad. Isn't that very sad? Christine has done this to every single person. Every single person. She doesn't have respect for you. That's her thing. Is no respect for anyone else, even not really herself. Why the dissonance? I'm trying to understand, because Christine has never, and I'm gonna talk about this when I talk about Christine has never not been this type of person since the very start of this show. What was she telling you that made you believe, oh, she's gonna be different for me? I don't get that. I don't get that, but I'm gonna move on because I don't want to pick on Amanda, but my stand up. I hope we've stood up from now on. Next person I want to talk about is Vanessa. So Vanessa didn't do much this season. She's precious, you know. I was upset when I promise ring. You're an adult, but that's an engagement ring now, so I don't have anything else to say. I'm happy, she's happy. You know, you don't gotta be, because that scene, I forget if this happened one after the other, but it was like Emma was like sharing all the $1 billion houses she's selling, and Vanessa was just like, oh my. You don't have to be like her off the bat. It's okay, you're still getting your real estate footings. It's okay, Vanessa. I know it doesn't feel that way because they're all walking around, oh, I just sold a $25 million house and I don't sell shit. Probably means nothing coming from me, but it's okay. You will eventually get to that point. That's it. Congratulations on the engagement. That engagement ring. Not promise, engagement ring. Okay. Next person up is Heather. Less pathetic this season up until the reunion. Well, that was a bridal shower that they went to, you know. Yeah, that's what I thought Heather's bridal shower would look like, so I really have no thoughts. Christine, that was uncalled for, sending the flowers. I don't believe Heather was overreacting in the slightest. I don't believe Heather overreacts to Christine's antics, because why are you sending 9 feet flower hearts that aren't even on theme? That's what, watching the reunion, I just saw a flower heart arch and I was like, all right, Christine, you're doing a lot. Then I didn't even notice she put fucking fur. Heather the vegan, are Oreos vegan? You put fur on your flower present to her. Clearly not a present, clearly a statement of dominance. I'm not at your party, but because I wasn't invited. But I'm gonna remind you who I am sitting in my house because I was not invited. You were not invited. You still aren't invited. Sent all the flowers and you still won't ever be invited. Isn't that sad? Isn't that sad? But back to Heather. Yeah, not as pathetic until the reunion. You know, she was so happy at the reunion. Just kind of being happy, smiling in glee, hearing her corny husband calling her a richer, prettier version of the ex-wives whose kids she's helping raise. That's corny, Heather. That's corny. Why Chrishell have to stop that? Because y'all were about to start dogging a woman who's not even there, who's not on this show, whose kids you're raising. Because you're like, I won the man. Did you? Because if he would say that about her, mother of his children, ooh, that would scare me at least. But maybe I'm different. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Next up, we have Emma. I have no thoughts on Emma, really. She's funny sometimes whenever she's around that guy who I'm hoping will never be in this show again. I think she said she was a fuckboy. Yeah, stand up a little bit. A little bit. You have a little too much. You bring a little to their precious table. You bring a little too much to their precious table for you to be acting like this in front of them. But, you know, do whatever you want to do. She didn't really do much this season except talk about Christine. Emma, I need everyone in the, I'm gonna talk about this when I get to Christine. Everyone in the show needs to stop talking about Christine, but Emma in particular needs to never say Christine's name again. Because I'm pretty sure every single time Emma says Christine's name, Christine, like, it adds years to Christine's life. I'm pretty sure getting a reaction at Emma is her reason to live anymore, because she can't get one out of Chrishell anymore. Her doing the $5,000, I'll talk about that later, the $5,000 like tip trick bribery thing just to get a reaction out of her like fake apologizing to Emma at the actual bridal shower. She is just existing to get reactions out of people because she couldn't get reactions out of people in high school because she was a loser. Back to my point. That's why I need Emma to stop. Don't give her anything anymore because she's living. It's like her energy source is how much you react to what she is doing. Enough. You bring too much again to the imaginary table for me to be seeing these antics. For me to be seeing these antics, it's too much. This foundation is interesting. It has an interesting scent. I don't know how to describe that scent, but it's an interesting scent. It's really an interesting scent. It went away, but when I was putting it on, that was a really interesting, it was definitely chemically, but also smells like, not Play-Doh, something like Play-Doh. I've smelled that before, I don't remember what it is, but I think it's pretty good. My face looks really nice, so I think I should have used maybe a darker concealer. I don't like super bright under eyes. I like bright under eyes, but not super bright under eyes, personally. This is definitely pretty bright, so let me try to wrangle that back in. But yeah, I have no thoughts on Emma. She didn't do anything. Like, she didn't do it. She just got poked, prodded. React. I need 5 more years. React. Like, that's that sort of shit. Like, it was just a little bit nonsensical to me, at least. Next person I would like to discuss is Maya. Did nothing but sell houses. On a real estate show, she did nothing but sell houses. Yeah. That was pretty much it. To the reunion, because I watched this show after people like watch the show, so I didn't get to see a lot of the discussions surrounding it. She did call Chelsea a no good slut in the reunion. Did you guys catch? You did slut shame Chelsea for about 5 minutes. In the reunion, and that left a very sour taste in my mouth, Maya. What the fuck was that? Because Chelsea, dressed like the slut, according to you, is still sitting on the same couch as you, with the same job as you, selling houses in the same price range as you. So maybe dressing frumpy doesn't do anything for you either. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? And then I don't know what Maya's face was doing when Chrishell was talking about who she's dating, but it looked like she was constipated or about to throw up. That was really crazy. That was a really crazy face for Chrishell just describing her new partner. Girl, what's up with your face? Fix your face. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That was not a good reunion for Maya. Slut shaming and very, very sneaky homophobia, maybe. That was crazy. That was too much. That was too much, and yeah, sour taste in my mouth. She's sitting on the same couch as you. On the same couch as you. So maybe it doesn't matter. And I loved how Chelsea went into an abolish professionalism rant, because that is one of my many soapboxes that I will down for the rest of my life. Professionalism is stupid and it is white supremacy. But that's for a different video. And then now we're talking about Chelsea. Kind of love her. Upfront, no nonsense. Here, I don't want black people near Christine. Look at what she does to her. What is Coven? Is that what the witches of the daughters that didn't burn? That's what they say. Look what, I don't want any black people near Christine. At all. At all. And I know she has, a pretty, had like a pretty bad reaction to people essentially calling her Christine's lapdog. And I understand that. However, you did come onto the show blindly defending Christine. I don't know like how she got on the show. Like, why did she come onto the show immediately blindly defending Christine? But that's that's part of the problem. The second part of the problem, which I actually think is the part that could be fixed rapidly. Why won't anyone tell her what Christine did? Oh, and I'm not saying like, oh, did she get on the show because Christine got her on the show? I'm not saying that. She's definitely very qualified to be on this show. Nobody sold houses this season. She sold a house this season. She holds up. But why won't anybody tell her what Christine has done? Everyone is like, Christine has burned. They keep talking about she's burned bridges. There's a lot of bad history there. Why won't anyone sit her down and detail it? That's what I'm like, can someone please explain to me what the reason is that they have to not? Because I'm like, even the ones she's burned badly won't detail what Christine has done to them, and I don't know why. I feel like if you're trying to make a case to Chelsea, hey, the person you're defending is kind of a shitty person, you need to tell them what shitty things they have done in explicit detail, but no one did that. There were like 4 or 5 opportunities to do that, and nobody did that. Everyone kept dancing around what Christine has done. Why? There has to be a reason for that, because I'm not understanding. Again, you're trying to make the point to Chelsea, hey, the person that you're blindly defending is a pretty shitty person. I wouldn't defend them with my last breath. But you're not telling her what exactly she's done, and you're also not warning her and saying, hey, we were all besties with Christine too. Look at all the shit she's done to us. So it's like, what are you guys really doing with Chelsea? Do you want Chelsea to like not like Christine? Do you want Chelsea to become on your guys' side? What? Because you're not telling her the full story, and I can't figure out why. Why not? Just tell her. Quite literally, just tell her. Everyone's dancing around it. Everyone's doing all this stuff to avoid talking about it, and I don't understand. Maybe there is a reason and I'm just blind to it, but it seems nonsensical to me. You're trying to prove how much of a bad person Christine is without detailing the bad things she's done. and you're wondering why Chelsea's like, I don't understand. And you wonder why Chelsea's like, it just seems like you guys were bullying her. Had you guys told her that first night, look, listen, here's an itemized list of all 15 things Christine has done since this show started, maybe Chelsea would have been like, oh, so you weren't ganging up on her. It was just kind of a reaction. But nobody did. I don't get that. I don't get that. Anyways, next person I would like to discuss is Mary. You know, Mary got her promotion. Congratulations, Mary, on that. Because, you know, Mary also be selling house. I don't know if she sold a house this season, but Mary do be selling houses. She sells houses. And, you know, probably the best, not probably, the best candidate for like a managerial, that wasn't a word that I just said, manager position, managerial, that's probably a word. Best option for that, so good on her, you know, and she's being put through the ringer. Because when you got to be a manager to someone like Christine, I'm so sorry, Mary, because she got to deal with that too while she's trying to run this whole damn business. Like, and then for Christine to act like they weren't close, y'all watch this whole show just like I did. They lived together. They were best friends. That was low. That Christine is a low down nasty person, but so like this is to no surprise whatsoever. But that was low. To act like you weren't friendly with Mary is very, very low. And you know, there is no respect there towards her. But oof, like you're a bitch. Like damn. Then how else Mary was on this season was she's always fighting with Romaine over petty shit. Romaine is ridiculous. I've said this before, I'm gonna say it again. First, picking fights. Mary and him were both picking a fight. In that moment, they didn't need to argue. That was a complete misunderstanding, but they both wanted to pick a fight. Let's be honest here. They both wanted to pick a fight. That's why that that's why that happened. They both wanted to pick a fight. It was ridiculous. Like, you're adults. It was just a misunderstanding. He didn't mean quit your job. He didn't mean that. He didn't mean that, but he also did not say that. I didn't mean it like that. That would have just stopped the whole argument, but that wouldn't have been good reality TV. So I understand. However, like, she wasn't asking you to give up the promotion. That was ridiculous. It's a misunderstanding. But I fully support, because you know what Mary said? Okay, fine. You want to be petty with me and have an argument in this house? I'm gonna go put an offer down on a house. I'm gonna go buy a house. And I fully support her in that. Because, again, I've said this before, why the fuck should Mary wait for you? If women had to wait around for men to fix their masculinity issues, she would wait around until she's dead. If Mary had to wait for Romaine to get secure in his masculinity, to where his wife who makes more money than him, who has made more money than him since they got married, since they were dating, if she had to wait around for him to get secure in his masculinity, Mary would die before ever getting her dream house. And I don't think Mary wants to die without her dream house. So I really don't have time. It's the same shit every season. She makes more money than you. It's okay. Life goes on. Like an echo in the forest, life goes on. You will get over it. And you know where you'll get over it? In a really nice fucking house. A really nice fucking house. You're working, you have this construction thing, that really nice house you're building, you're doing work. It's not even like you're not contributing, it's not like you're sitting on your ass. You're doing work. So that insecurity in your masculinity is not going away. But you're doing all of the work. It's not going to go away. And Mary is not going to wait for you to get enough change to buy the house. Why does she have to do that? Why does she have to wait for you? Why? Tell me why. And don't have it be some masculinity shit, because I don't care. And she should not care either. And she should not be quote unquote punished for that. Was that petty in response to their petty argument? Sure. But am I supposed to not support that? No. Good for you, Mary. They got a house, right? I watched this like a week ago. They bought the house. They like put an offer on a house, but she didn't get that one. Or did they? Whatever. Congratulations on the house. If you did get the house, I cannot particularly remember right now. But congratulations or not congratulations, I'm not really sure. But you should buy a house if you want to buy a house. So congratulations on your house. I think they got a house. We'll figure. I guess you guys will tell me if I'm being an idiot on the internet. So that's that. Those are my thoughts on Mary. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find my lip liner. Here it is. Here it is. Okay. Next person I would like to discuss is, you know, old girl, old pot stir, who can't keep her mouth shut, Miss Davina. And, you know, there are things I can say about Davina. You know, you would never sell no house. You're dressing for other people. You know, lots of things. But let's start somewhere and go somewhere together, right? Is this fussy? Okay. What have you ever sold that Jason would give you a $10 million listing? And I'm not saying that Davina's never sold anything, because I'm sure this show doesn't show everything and like just wants to show, oh, she's never sold that super expensive house. But if we're gonna use it, we're watching the show, so we have the context of the show. Why would he give you that listing? Why? Why? So that doesn't make any sense. We started off the season with you not making any sense. Then, like, your first realtor scene this season was a property from last season. Why would you get that listing? Why would you get that listing? I'm really not sure. Like, granted, said the lady in the pink suit, who's being a really difficult client, she was being ridiculous. She was being ridiculous. I'm not denying that. But with your turnaround time, why would you get the listing? Next, Davina, bless your heart. I'm gonna talk nice about Davina in the second half. Don't worry. I give credit where credit is due. Don't worry about that. Davina has changed everything about her personal style in order to fit in with them. We saw it happen. The way she speaks, the way she acts, she's changed it all to fit in with them more. And then they all lied to her face and said, no, we don't think you have a desperate need to be liked. Lying to her face was rude. You know, maybe it would have been ruder to tell her, yes, you do that. But that was also rude to lie to her face about that, because that was lying, because you all believe that that is true. And maybe have even said that that is true. I don't actually remember. Oh no. I don't actually remember. Next, why go meet with Chelsea if you're gonna run out? What? You're an adult. Why go to a meeting if you're gonna run out of the meeting? And Chelsea wasn't even like coming at you really that hard. Like she really wasn't coming. Christine has called you a loser to your face, and you didn't walk away from that meeting. So I don't really understand. Secondly, Chelsea was not going that hard towards Davina. She could have, because I heard the slick sugar daddy comment. I don't know if anybody else did, but I heard it, and I know Chelsea heard it, but she didn't even bring it up to you. So she did not go as hard as she could have gone in that conversation that you ran away from crying. So unserious. We started the season unserious. We're going through the whole season. We started off with heart-shaped bedazzled earring. She's gonna talk about, no, I don't have a desperate need to be liked. Are you kidding me? Anyways. Chelsea could have brought that up. Okay, to give my 10 to Davina, she looked really good at the reunion. Ignoring the back of the dress, she looked really good at the reunion. Maybe that's your personal style. Maybe we don't need bedazzled heart earrings, which look ridiculous on you because that's not you. Remember, was this 2 seasons ago or last season where she was wearing that ridiculous outfit to the coffee shop and she looked like physically and visibly uncomfortable wearing what she was wearing because that's not your style? We don't have to keep doing that. You don't have to fit in with them all the time if you don't want to. There are ways, maybe change your style if you want to change your style to be more a la Fabulous without doing things that you don't want to do. Because you can tell in your face. You can. Davina is only herself, only returns to be her true self when she's arguing with somebody. Because she's very, very stubborn. She's very, very, like Christine. Christine is more delusional stubborn. Davina is just stubborn. And that's the only reason Davina got in that last word in her argument talk whatever with Christine, is because she is stubborn. Christine couldn't say anything. It was two stubborn people going back and forth. That's why Christine, imagine Davina getting the last word in your argument. You lost. I don't care if it was edited. She was able to get you and you were quiet for a period of time. That's very tragic. She's only when she feels wronged. That's why with that really hard ass client, the one that like fired her, she was being herself because she felt wrong. She felt, oh, you're just a stubborn client. This is not my fault. How could it possibly be my fault? And then she becomes Davina again. But no, there was no change in personality, style, anything to better fit in with people. Lastly, you looked really great in the reunion, Davina. But lastly, Christine has no respect for you. I hope you realize this now. It's very sad it took this long. She has no respect for you. And I hope you realize that, because let's be very, very real. If Christine had done that over the dinner table, fake, somber apology to you instead of Emma, you would be sitting right next to her. You would be her lapdog again. And for that, I hope that you have grown and realized that she has no respect for you. And she does think you're a lapdog loser. That is not someone you need to be vehemently defending. That is not someone you need to be crying over saying, I defended you. Yes, you did. You didn't need to. And I hope we realize this now. I hope we're on a healing journey, a healing path. Because Christine is the reason you cried several times this season. And I want better for you. I want better for everyone when it comes to Christine, because Christine is not changing. So it is time for you to change. Okay. Next up is Chrishell. Chrishell, Queenie, always been Queenie since season 1. Queenie, that's my girl. Okay? And everyone can't be well liked, Christine. Not everyone can be well liked. That's pretty crazy, isn't it? Chrishell doesn't fuck with Christine and has said that since season 1. She does not fuck with Christine. Rarely is Chrishell the one to bring up Christine unless it's already being talked about or she was provoked. She don't just bring her up because she don't like that woman. And she doesn't talk about that woman. And we need everyone else to follow suit. Now I understand some of you guys have been seriously wronged by her, and you have every right to be upset. She's never changing though. She's never changing though. Mary, bless her heart, going to sit down with Christine being like, you know, it's my birthday, right? Is she supposed to care? Is Mary supposed to care that it's your birthday? Like, that should have never happened because Christine should have been fired. Mary shouldn't even have had to talk to her. She should have been fired on the spot. What does Christine have on this brokerage? Anyways, back to Chrishell. She seems to be the only one who has her mind made up about Christine, about the rest keep bringing her up. It's like, Christine cannot be the entire show for the next seasons. It can't. It's not funny. It's not entertaining anymore. It's just like, okay, loser. But you guys keep talking about her, loser adjacent. It's not good for anybody. It's not good for anybody. Chrishell is Queenie. Chrishell is Miss Moving On. Chrishell is gonna go live her life. You guys can sob at the reunion about the consequences of your own actions. You guys cannot show up to the reunions afraid to face people and afraid that you won't be able to lie your way out of something that's live recorded, you guys can go ahead and do that. But Chrishell is moving on. And Chrishell's gonna go out and live her life while selling her houses. So, apologies to the rest, but you'll never be Chrishell. Okay, let me get water before talking about my last person. All right. You know where I'm going. You know what I have to end this with. You know what I have to end this with? The one we're all here for, apparently. The villain of this show for 5 seasons now. Christine. Hi, Christine. I will give credit where credit is due. I always do. Christine steps out of the house with a purpose. The purpose is to look good and be mean. To look good and be mean. Delusional, okay, to step out, look good, be delusional, and be mean. And you know, for her, that's great. She looks good while doing it. She, you know, doesn't shy away from the fact that she is a bad person and, you know, says bad things, does bad things. You know, she likes to not admit to things when there's people around, but in her little confessionals, Christine is who she wants to be. Christine is her true self in those damn confessionals. Let's first get this out of the way. This anger, Christine, this is so sad. She is sad as a person, but this anger that you have towards, Christine has towards Chrishell is so old. This is 5 seasons old. You're angry that people like her. You're angry that she is a likable person. That's what happens when you market yourself as a bitch, Christine. People think you're a bitch. You're never going to be a likable. I thought that was the point. Clearly that's the point. She doesn't like Chrishell because Chrishell is likable, but how are you going to be likable if you market yourself as a bitch? I thought you wanted to just be a bad bitch, and that's okay, but you can't want both. You picked one. Stay in your lane. Secondly, if you hate everyone at this brokerage, why don't you leave? She refers to all of these women as bitches and hoes every single damn day, crying about where's the girl solidarity, crying, calling everybody else type of bitches and hoes. Why don't you leave? Will no one else hire you? Well, why won't you leave? It's giving Jade West from Victorious. Why won't you leave if you hate everybody? Why won't you move? Why won't you go to a different brokerage? Why won't you start your own? I think she might be starting her own. I'm not really sure. Why are you still here? Why are you still here? If everyone is just against you, the world is against you, the girls are all bitches, and they're always trying to make you look bad, and Emma's always trying to make me look bad. They talking about you haven't sold a home in years, so why are you still here? Follow-up point / tangent back to the twins. Why is she still here? If that's true, but she's not, I thought bare minimum Christine was bringing in the money. That's why they let her act like this for 5 seasons. If she's not even bringing in the money, why is she here? What's she got on y'all? Why is she here? If she's not even selling houses, what is she doing here? Back to my point, but that's really crazy. Chrishell's fucking the boss, but what have you done? Chrishell's fucking the boss to get listing, but she's selling the listings, and according to her, you aren't selling the listings. It's old, and it's beyond sad at this point. Second point, she's not wrong about Davina. Christine is never wrong about Davina. The reason she's never wrong is because Davina is her little lapdog, and will probably run back to being her lapdog, but I hope not. I really am hoping not. Davina was on the nose. Christine was on the nose. Davina, you're not yourself no more. You're not yourself unless you're arguing, unless you feel wrong. Then you start talking. Watch her. Listen to the way Davina talks when she's arguing versus the way she talks around the other women. Her cadence is different. She starts talking faster. Her voice changes. She becomes panicky Davina again. When did we meet Davina? I don't know if it was season 1. I think it was season 2. She becomes Davina of the earlier seasons again. Girl, Christine she's wrong about a lot of things. She is not wrong about you. Davina gets into not even an argument, just when she feels like slighted or feels challenged or feels, because with the case of that client, she was being disrespected because that client was being ridiculous to her. She transforms back to panicky Davina wearing navy and black and nude, and not bedazzled heart earring Davina who talks like Heather. Like, Christine's not wrong. All these women also hated Davina. They all also hated Davina like last week. But now let's be honest, some of them are being nice to you now only because Christine burned you too. Let's be very honest here. It's not good. It's sad. It's very, very sad. This is all very, very sad. But it's true. And it's a shame that Christine is the one to say it. Everyone else is just is just walking around. They really lied to her face and said, no, you don't have a desperate need to be liked. That was so sad. I will say, Davina got in that last word in the argument. I don't care how the clip was cut. I don't care how it was edited. Christine was silent for longer than 3 seconds, so Davina got her ass. I would be embarrassed if Davina got my ass, but maybe Christine has no shame. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. So, Christine, Miss Fabuloso, love it. This always being late. I have a thing with being on time. I am Nigerian and I have a thing with being on time, so you can tell how life goes for me. Headaches constantly, everybody late all the time. Everybody late all the time. No one wants to be on time. I don't like late people. But you know what? Whatever. Girl, being late to Mary is your boss. Mary is your boss. She's not Mary. She's your boss. Being late to that meeting did not make you fabulous. It made you a bad employee and unserious. I thought Christine was at least bare minimum serious about her career. Showing up late to that meeting, no, you're not. And I think that could have been a fireable effect. I still don't know why they said she has no space at the Oppenheim group, but Jason also said if she brings back a really good listing, she'll come right back. So she's not fired. That's what that means. Showing up late to meeting, calling Jason and Mary mommy and daddy. You're mommy and daddy, but you're afraid to talk to them. So it seems like they are mommy and daddy. You didn't show up at their meeting. You didn't show up because you didn't want to face the music. You didn't show up at the reunion because you didn't want to face the music. You didn't, because you knew you can't lie your way out of a meeting with both Mary and Jason. You can just try to intimidate Mary and just try to fabricate and manipulate Jason. At the reunion, you can't lie your way out on live television, especially when there are, how many other women are there who would have been just like, no, that's not true. No, that's not true. And on the reunion, they can roll clips. They can roll clips at the reunion. She was about to be stuck. That's why she didn't fucking show up. She was going to be stuck regardless. The mommy and daddy thing, it's not a dig because you're scared of mom and dad. That's why you didn't show up. That's why you didn't show up. You want to start your own brokerage? With what skills? Apparently you're not selling houses. With what skills? With what people skills? With what teamwork skills? I don't know, sister. I don't know. It's not looking good for you. It's not looking good for you. Like, this plan with Emma makes no sense. Okay, first question to the audience. Do you think Christine really did the $5,000 bribe? My answer is yes. However, I thought Christine was smarter than that. Which is why I'm like, did it really happen? But maybe she's not. Maybe she's derailing or some shit. Because 1, $5,000 is very low. 2, Christine, that's very low. And also to the houses, the clientele that they have, $5,000 bribe is like chump change. How would it make you abandon your realtor and go to another realtor if you're buying a $20 million home? First thing. Second thing, did she not think this would get back to Jason and Brett and Mary? That is that's my big question. You bribed this person Did she think she is so special that the person would be like, oh, of course, I'm gonna switch to you immediately and not go back and tell Emma, who is their realtor? I'm just wondering what she thought was going to happen. Did you not think Emma, who is the current realtor, would hear about it? Did you not think that Emma would go and tell, did you not think she would go and tell your bosses? Because you do work for somebody. Why did you not think that? That's why I'm like, it makes no sense. And it makes no sense. It has nearly no ground. It's a bad plan. Like a child would be able to point out that's a bad plan. So it's very nonsensical to me, but like Christine is nonsense. So like, I guess. So that's why, do you guys think that actually happened? And it explains that tea party, whatever, so well. Because that whole time she was talking, that she put on her somber voice, like kind of looked down, turned her head to the side, looked like a nun. I was like, why is she doing that to Emma? Like, if you're trying to make someone turn to your side, why wouldn't you go to Davina? She would have gotten up and sat right next to you. But it made it make a lot more sense. So I understand. Finally, Christine as villain. I can't do this forever. Me personally. Cause like, Christine is a liar and a bitch and can dress. That has been established since season 1. Nothing is changing. It's now getting pathetic on all sides, actually. We have Amanda thinking it wouldn't happen to her, which is the funniest shit to ever happen this whole season. And the first episode was so funny, the whole season. We have people constantly bringing up Christine, constantly bringing her up when she needs to be shunned and shut out. And I know they're all hurt, but we have to move on. If you're better than her, if you're better than Christine, if you're a better realtor, better person, better whatever, you need to move on. And she is hurt, and you're allowed to be angry about the hurt, but you're giving her everything she needs. That meeting with Mary still sitting there after 30 minutes or however late she was giving Christine all the fuel that she needed. Mary entertaining the conversation with her. She did a good job. She was trying to be stern and be boss-like, so like, good on you, Mary. But she's just so wicked that Christine was in charge of that entire interaction. She was in charge of that entire interaction. Mary was panicky. Mary was shaken because she was late and she was lying. And she started throwing the birthday dig. Don't nobody give a fuck. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. But yeah, Emma, she's trying to use you to fuel her youth. You have to stop talking about her. It's cause Emma took her damn boyfriend. That's why. Really, she's not even dating him no more. Move on. Aren't you married, Christy? Move on. Move on. Heather don't talk about her like that anymore, but we can move on as well. And just the rest of them. Stop bringing her up. However, to the twins, fire her ass. She can't be brought up if she's not there anymore. Fire her ass. Get rid of her. Why would she be back here? That bribe thing is ridiculous. $5,000 is so low and menial. So it's either that Christine didn't do it because $5,000 is so menial, or Christine did do it and thought that all someone would need to go from Emma to her is $5,000. They wouldn't need to be convinced that much because Christine is so fabulous. Delusion. Delusional. That's the, so either way, it's delusional all around. Yeah, it's getting pathetic now. It's getting old now. It's getting the same thing over and over again now. And there is no winning with Christine. Christine lives in a state of delusion. You're never going to win an argument with someone like that. You're not going to win over Christine because she's going to keep twisting the narrative until she dies. So there is no winning. There is no success. You're only further harming yourself by putting yourself in her direct line of fire. We have to stop. For your own safety. For your own safety, your mental sanity, the good of your brokerage, because now she's doing all sorts of illegal transactions, trying to get you all shut down. Yeah, no, we have to develop as women, and we need to move. We need to move forward. That's my final thoughts. Those are my final thoughts. Favorite characters favorite people this season. Chrishell. I really like Chelsea. I don't want her near Christine. Like, someone just needs to tell her. Because why are you defending Christine blindly? Why are you doing that? You have no reason. From what I've seen from the show, she has no reason to defend Christine blindly. So if someone could just tell her, this would all be solved. But I think Chelsea's really funny. And you know, she does say things that she means. She doesn't do the whole ring around the rosy nonsense that the rest of them like to do, like her. I guess third favorite this season. Maya left a sour taste in my mouth calling her a slut, so that spot you got booted. Maybe Mary. She went through a lot. And she handled it. And she's Miss Boss Woman now, so I guess Mary. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Selling Sunset season 5. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Season was drama, stage drama. When Davina was like, did you bring me to this tea party just to ask me that question? Yes, it was staged. Davina was arguing, and she was right. It was staged. She did bring you here to ask that question, but it was just funny because Chelsea couldn't say, yes, this entire reality show is staged. Can't break the fourth wall like that. So they were just arguing back and forth over a point neither of them could make. It was ridiculous. Davina, you're so defensive. Stop doing the shit that you do if you don't want to be defensive anymore. You don't have to defend Christine anymore. She owes you owe her nothing. She hasn't given you anything except insecurities, so you owe her nothing. You, as of right now, Davina, according to what Chrishell and Jason are saying, Christine don't sell no houses. You leased something this past season, so you are ahead of her in that step. You showed up to the reunion. You didn't cower in your home. So you are a step ahead of her in that sense. I would like you to take these steps ahead and to keep walking forward. Don't return, because she's gonna try. She's gonna try once she realizes that she's like kind of fired. She's gonna try to reel them back in. Don't let her do it. Amanda, don't let her do that shit to you either. So that's it. Those are my thoughts. Do I have anything else to say? I don't think so. I hope not. It's gone out of my head now. But yeah, I like this. I've worn it for however, I don't know how long I've been talking for, probably an extended period of time. But I like the way it looks on the skin. I'm still not over that odor. Because I know that scent. I don't know if it was like an elementary school classroom or something. No, I smell this. It feels like an elementary school art room, but also something else. But it was way thicker than I guess Yummy. This isn't called Yummy Serum Foundation. Amanda the Bozo. It was way thicker than I was expecting. Blended out beautifully. I use a beauty blender. I don't think I would use a brush for this. Personally, I don't really like using brushes anymore. I might go back for using a brush for concealer if I feel like it, but it's summer now. So I actually don't think I'm gonna do that. But it looks really, really nice. I mean, I have smile lines, so ignore those. Those are just me. But it looks really nice. This is the shade 21N. Neutral. Before I went on vacation and got tan, there was no shade that perfectly matched me. I bought 20W and 21N to mix, but I never tried it, so I just put 21N on now and it matches me now. That's great. But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts on Selling Sunset. Do you think Christine actually did that bribe? vibe? How are you feeling about Christine being the villain for seems like the until now, until the dawn of time? How it was the first reunion. Interesting, telling sometimes gets a reunion. I was like, the second I thought they were announcing a reunion, I was like, is Christine gonna be there? I don't even know why I thought she would show up. Of course, she would never show up to that. But it was interesting, the reunion, just watching them talk about kind of nothing for an hour and 12 minutes. But you know, good TV, delicious TV, in fact. So, but still at the reunion, still Christine wasn't even there, and still nobody told Chelsea what exactly she did. Is this like a conspiracy? Is she not? Is no one allowed to say what Christine did? Like, it's making no sense to me. But anyways, that's the end of my video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you would like to follow me on social media, here's my Twitter, my Instagram again. Go have fun. And while you're here, you can check out some of my recent videos, which will be on your screen right about now. So yeah. Stay healthy, stay safe. Please get your first or second boosters if they're available to you. Please stay safe and protected against COVID. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye-bye.